Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we were working on, earlier on, colouring in the beautiful flowers from, let me get the stamp set out, Tasteful Touches, which is just absolutely lovely. There's so much in it, and we were working on this flower and I was showing you a really easy way of colouring it in. I will put the link down to it. It was only a video that I posted earlier on, so it's not very long ago. So I thought I would come back and show you what I decided to do in making them into cards. So I've got a lot of the bits sort of ready to go, and I just thought as I was going to put them together that I would come on and show you. So the first thing is I've just chosen some backgrounds in sort of coordinating colours. We're using the two blue ones here that we coloured in. And the first thing I did was to take a piece of cardstock which is going to mat onto here, and I stamped the leaf, which is this one. So this one here, I just stamped it 1, 2, turned it round and stamped it 3, 4. Doesn't matter where they go, as long as you've got them sort of roughly where you want them. And then we are going to put the flowers and everything on top of them. So I can start putting this together. I've got the 3 of them that we coloured, and I thought, as I say, just as some ideas for you for building up cards quickly and very different sort of colour tones and things. So because we coloured the flower in various different colours of blue, I have chosen different colours of blue cardstock. So this one is, I think it's Pacific Point, but I can't, they're literally scraps and things that I had over. So whatever colour tones you want to do. I did this one in Pear Pizzazz. And then I have got from the lovely Poppies, because I really like these dies, I've done the You Are So Special, which is the sentiment from this one. And I've taken the 2 dies from the Poppies, which is this one, which is Painted Labels dies, which has all the lovely coordinating labels. So I've done 2 of those labels on there. And I've taken from the well-written framelits the sort of floral image from it, and literally just cut it on a couple of scraps that I had over, because I want to put those underneath. So I'm going to do those first, and literally you just need a little bit of glue down the bottom or along the sort of center leaf. You don't need to do it all, because it's quite nice to have that sort of bit of dimension coming up. So we're going to put one up in this direction, so it's just sort of, don't want it going too far outside, so just tuck it down so that you have it coming up in one direction. And then we'll take the other one down the bottom as well. I just wanted to do some cards with some layers on, and this is where just go through your dies, punches, anything that you've got, and see what you can sort of create. It's about, as I say, just building up some layers and things. So this one is going to go down. Just bring that down a little bit so that one comes down onto the bottom on there. So we've just put those down, and as I say, they don't need to be stuck down too much. You just can just put them on a little bit. Then we're going to have these 2 over the top, and I found another label in, I have scrap boxes, and I thought it would be quite nice to put that one in this direction. Now, any label, this is a punch. So any labels and things that you've got, and these pieces we're going to put out with, are we going to have them with dimensionals or not? So I'm going to have that over the top. and then I'm going to have the flowers, which will just tuck in on there. So yes, I can do those with these pieces. Are not going to be done with dimensional, so we're just going to stick those down. We'll have this one going in this direction. So again, use your scraps and pieces. I'm not telling you all of the different ones from here, because as I say, some of them are different punches and labels and things that I've got, and it's just a matter of putting things together that work and colours that work. So these are really just ideas for you. Okay, so that's going to go in that direction, and then we'll have this one in that direction on top. So that can go in, and I'm doing these in, I tried it in, I wanted it in black. I did try it in the coordinating colour, but I didn't like it. So you always have two sides to a piece of paper, so you can use it. So let's put this one in on top like that. Get that one to go in perfectly. Now we're going to have some dimensionals on the back of this one. So let me just get my dimensional pot out, and let's get some dimensionals out. We'll have some of those and we'll have some of those. Okay, so we're going to put some of the standard dimensionals just down on the back. And I'm only putting a couple on because I want some other pieces to sort of tuck. Well, maybe I should do, yeah, 2 will be fine on this, because what I want to be able to do is to tuck the other pieces in and out. I can always put some other ones in. So let's take this one back, and then this is going to go down in on the center like that. Which is good. And then we've got our flowers on there, and then they are going to, oh, I was going to tuck them, wasn't I? Okay, so we want a dimensional on the top of this one. So let's make sure we've got them in the right place, and we'll have a dimensional on the top of that one, because you want those pieces to stand out. So we'll have the top one on, which one did I want, top or bottom? I'll have that one on the top. I think I like that one better. So a little bit of glue underneath. Take the dimensional off of the top here. And then we can have this one coming down, just so that it goes over a little bit and tuck down, and then this one exactly the same, and we'll have this one going over on the top. Take the dimensional off of there and put this one down that way. Let's put that way. Okay, so that's the first one, which, as I say, lots of nice sort of layers and things so that it looks really pretty. So I'm just doing the tops of them, but I thought that I would, as I say, come on to show you the ideas that I've done. So that's that in those colours. Now I've taken this one. Now this is, take these pieces out. Now I did, I had some bits and pieces, again they're bits that I've got over. So on this one I had some old ribbon. I've done exactly the same with the stamping. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is in pumpkin pie, and the back is in Cajun craze. So, you know, toning up your colours. I had some ribbon over just a little bit, and a little bit of designer series paper. So I just put a border in on there. And we're going to just stick this one straight down. This ribbon, which, as I say, is very old. It was on the clearance rack for a while. So have a look on there, because quite often you will find some of the retired ribbons and things on the clearance rack. Always worth having a look, because you can then get things and they're very inexpensive once they're on the clearance rack. So I just wanted again to create some textures and tones. And as I say, the back is Cajun Craze, so you've got these different colour tones coming through because we've coloured the flower round. Then I have taken the again from that same Poppies painted labels, I've taken this one and then just done from the stitch shapes the smallest one in there, and I've used the same sentiment, you are the best, because it's quite a nice one because it goes down. You don't get many that go down. And we're going to glue these bits on, so that will give you another one. And I always say use what you have in your stash, you know, use things that maybe you haven't used for a while, and you know, just mix and match, and you know, you can use things that you've had for a long time, you can use things that are new. It's just about building it up. So that's going to go in the center like that. The flowers are going to go in the same sort of thing, so they're going to go right at the top straight, right at the bottom straight. And then I've done this is the sprig punch with just a little bit of vellum, because I thought that that might look quite nice just popped in there. So I think we can put this on. I'm going to put these with dimensionals to just add a little bit of height in there. So we'll have a couple of dimensionals on here, and then we can pop those ones on, and then we'll have that one in the center. Make sure the words are lined up. So that goes in on there. Then this is going to go in straight on top, and then I'm going to tuck those leaves in. So again, just on the top of each one of these, we're going to put one dimensional. So top of that one, top of that one, and then we can pop the glue in. And I'm going to add the embellishments, the little sprig pieces right at the end, because I don't want to, I just want to tuck them in, which is why I'm only doing a little bit of or one dimensional, because then there's room to tuck it in, and we'll just have a little bit of glue underneath on there. So we can have, this one's going to go absolutely dead straight on the top like that, and then this one will go absolutely dead straight on the bottom like that. And then we can tuck these tiny little bits in, and I'm literally just going to, you could do them with a glue dot, but I think I'm just going to put just a little tiny bit of glue just on the bottom, because I want them to sort of stick out a bit. So we'll have one just tucked in like that. We'll do another one down the bottom. Tuck that one in. And I've got a third one here. Do I want to put another one in? Yeah, I would. I'd put probably 4 of them in. So this is a third one, which we'll have just tucked in there, like that. Just so that it comes to the edge, so it just gives a little bit of extra on there. And I probably put, I don't know whether I've got another one that I've cut out. We'll have to see. If I've got an extra one, I'll pop it in there, but I'm not too sure on that. So again, that gives you another lovely card, the focal point of the colours, but bringing out different tones and things just gives you those extra colours on there. And then the last one is a bit of a layered one. So let's have a look and we'll work on this one. So these are the 2 flowers from this one. that we coloured in. Again, I've used the Sprig Punch. This time I've used sort of quite subtle colours, and I've used some bits at the back to work on it. So we have our card base in on here. I've then taken, so this would be 5 and what are we on? Let me get the ruler for this so you can actually see. Have I got my ruler in on here? No, I haven't. So it is, let me get my trimmer out so you can then see it on here. It is 5.5 by 3 3/4. So your base piece is, and we go down in 1/4 of an inch increments. So 5.5 by 3 3/4. Your white piece is then 5.5 by 3.5. So I'm just doing a plain white piece on here. But as I say, go down in 1/4 of an inch. So that's going to go in on there. Then I've just done a piece of embossed, which again is 1/4 of an inch smaller, because I just wanted the plain background behind. And this is just the tin tile one, and again I just had a piece of it that I'd already cut and had in my stash, so I thought, right, let's use that piece. Just adds, sometimes I like embossing because it just adds a little bit of extra texture on there, but I wanted the little bit of white matting round there, so we can take that down on there. So you've then got those extra layers. Then this was the largest stitched shaped framelit, and that's going to go straight in on the centre. And So Smart, So Fun, So Sweet and So Wonderful is from the new stamp set A Grand Kid, which we were having a look at the other day. So this one is going to be glued on. And that can just go straight in the centre like that. And then that's going to go on with, am I going to put that glued down? Yes, this one I'm going to, am I going to glue it down? I've got these pieces, I've cut, as I say, the sprigs, because I think they're quite sweet. That's going to go, yes, this is fine to be glued down. So sometimes use dimensionals, sometimes use glue, depending what you're wanting to do. Again, depending on postage, if you can get to a post office at the moment. You know, the less layers you have, the cheaper it is in the postage. So let's put that down so that's as straight as we can get it. Make sure your words are straight. That's going to go in the centre. And then these are going to go in on here, and then these. So I might put these up with dimensionals. Yes, I think I'll put these up with dimensionals. And we don't need to put, we can just put the dimensionals straight in on there. So we'll have two in on here. Oops, like that. And we can put this one up in there like that. And then this one on the other side in on that corner, just so that it goes up over the top like that. And then I've just got these little, I've got 2 in the soft seafoam, which is rather, I love this colour, absolutely love it. It's just such a soft colour, and against these flowers I think it just works absolutely beautifully. So right, I'm going to put them down this way. So I'll have that one in underneath, the first one. Then we'll have this one going in the opposite direction. So I always try and see, when I've punched it out, there's a right and a wrong on the punch, but sometimes their punches are so good that it's difficult to see which one it is. So we'll have this one coming up this way, tuck that one in, and then I've got the vellum to just go in over the top, because I just fancied just a little bit of vellum to give a little bit of texture but without taking the colour off, and I wanted it to just go in over the top and sort of off at an angle, because then that gives that really nice sort of look to it. So, and then we'll have this one in at the top, and then we should be done. Whoops, I have to pick it up carefully. And as I say, if with vellum, your glue always seems to show a bit, so if you just do it where you're tucking it in underneath, then you know that it's not going to show. So I can tuck that one in, and again I'm just offsetting it so that you've got it coming in at the 2 different angles like that. Okay, so those are our 3 cards using the ideas. Let me get my little pieces off. Aha, now I did have one left on here, so because I like doing things, I can put that one just on there for now. I haven't decided whether to do them all on white or to do them on coloured cardstock. Now this one, we had 2 at the top, didn't we? So we were going to put an extra one down on the bottom, and I did have an extra one. So I'm just going to stick this one down in on here. Then that can go in underneath on this one. Like that. Okay, so we have 3 different ideas in 3 different colours using those beautiful flowers that we did the other day, and I probably will put them onto white bases. I've got a few bases here, so let's just finish it off properly, shall we? So I always have quite a few bases cut and ready to go. So you can just take your bases. I always use a bone folder because it makes it easier for them to stay straight. So you've got that one on there, which is the blue one, and then we've got this one on here, which is the one with the sort of pinky orangey ones. And then you'll have to tell me in the comments which one you like the best. I don't know which one I prefer. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. I really love the blue one because I like the green on it. I quite like this one with the monochrome, and I really like this one as well. So I don't know whether I've got a favourite. I must admit I do quite like the blue one. I think the blue's lovely because it's different. But I like the pinky one as well. So ideas from doing the colouring of what you can do. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you soon. As always, stay safe and stay well and be kind. Bye-bye.